A local man loses a loved one to the coronavirus, and now he's part of a class action lawsuit against China. He claims they're responsible.
Tonight, Channel 2 investigator Mario Diaz examines the facts of this case and whether it has a chance of ever even making it to court.
Some 2,267 miles from where the cows graze in Richmond is Seattle, Washington, the first city in the U.S. to really absorb the wrath of the coronavirus.
I had heard that it was in the area, not too far away.
Ray Bodine grew up in the Seattle area as a teen, but now lives not too far from where those cows graze in Fort Bend County. His family originally moved to the Pacific Northwest to be close to his twin aunts, Loretta and Lenora. The two were Catholic nuns, never too far from one another until the end.
When I first heard, I was very concerned, just knowing their age, and you know that this could affect them.
On March 10th, Loretta tested positive. Lenora had underlying conditions and did not want to be tested. She died on March 23rd, a day before her 87th birthday. Lenora's death ultimately attributed to coronavirus.
I want to know the truth.
Bodine and others are seeking the truth through a court of law. This 20-page federal lawsuit was filed last month in the U.S. Southern District of Florida.
Well, it is a challenging case. Anytime you sue a world superpower, it's going to be a challenge.
Matthew Moore is the lead attorney representing Bodine and a number of others in this suit.
We have over 1,000 people signed up.
The class action lawsuit fueled by allegations that the People's Republic of China and other defendants knew that COVID-19 was dangerous and capable of causing a pandemic, yet slowly acted, proverbially put their head in the sand and or covered it up for their own economic self-interest.
They knew it was happening and they allowed it to keep going.
But what if the coronavirus started elsewhere?
If it was France, if it was Chile, if it was Australia, same measures taken on your end?
Yes.
We've tried to make it clear whenever we talk about the case that this is not about the Chinese people, certainly, and this is not just about China. This is about a government that has done wrong.
Suing a foreign government is nothing new for New York City terrorism attorney Andrew Maloney.
With Saudi Arabia, we're in discovery.
Since 2017, Maloney has been battling Saudi Arabia in federal court on behalf of the victims of 9/11 over that government's alleged involvement in the 2001 attacks. Maloney tells Channel 2 Investigates the Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act of 1976 makes it challenging for cases like this one to see the light of day in a U.S. courtroom.
You have to be able to get jurisdiction over a country in the U.S. to bring in a lawsuit. I assume that China will hire lawyers and move to dismiss that complaint because there's no jurisdiction over China for the allegations.
Maloney does point to limited exceptions. For example, intentional terrorism as well as commercial negligence. But the discretion of a government is not one of them. Nonetheless, Moore is confident there is a clear path, citing the alleged conduct of the Chinese government in the early stages of the pandemic.
If they had acted responsibly at the beginning, they could have controlled this.
As challenging as it may be to potentially get there, the end result for Bodine is about identifying one key thing.
I really want to find the truth. It's not about, money. It's not about that, but it's about all of our health.
Channel 2 Investigates did contact the Asian Pacific American Lawyers Association as well as some of its members. No one was available for comment. We also reached out to the Chinese embassy in Washington, D.C. Those messages were not returned. One final note, Lenora's twin, Loretta, who you saw in the report, well, she did test positive for the virus, but according to Bodine, she is doing well and not showing any symptoms. Mario Diaz, Channel 2 Investigates.